I remember 4 years ago when I picked up the Switch. I went to the midnight launch at GameStop, I was working at a job I didn't care for, and I stayed up all night playing The Legend of Zelda. This is the first time I'd ever actually picked up a Zelda game on launch day, so I wanted to make sure that I stayed up and played it and experienced it for the first time. And I remember walking out onto the Great Plateau for the first time and just having my mind blown. Now, I'd played AAA games on the PS4 and the Xbox One, and they were great, but this is Nintendo. Nintendo's a little bit different. Guys, if you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe down below and like the video if you enjoy what I'm talking about. And now let's take a look at the first of 10 games on the Switch that I love, in Hades. I can't say much more about Hades than I already have. It was my 2020 game of the year, and you guys know how much I love it and love roguelites. And honestly, Supergiant is the best there is at what they do. They are the best at making games like this, and Hades is no different. This continues a fantastic pedigree from things like Transistor and Bastion and Pyre. If you haven't played Hades, there is a physical edition coming out this month that I just cannot wait to get my hands on. And yeah, even though I've already picked it up digitally, I will absolutely get a physical copy as well because the game is that good and the artists at Supergiant deserve that much recognition. I really can't say enough good things about this game. It's my favorite on the Switch. As a big turn-based strategy fan, I just love the Fire Emblem series, but I wasn't sure how it was going to translate to the Switch. When I first saw stuff about Fire Emblem Three Houses, I was apprehensive, I'm not going to lie to you. It looked a little too off from what I was used to, but, you know, new hardware, had to give it a shot, right? And the game is absolutely fantastic. I like that it offers some social interaction and some building of the characters that way, as opposed to just going into battles and dealing with the aftermath of the fights. There's actually stuff that you have to do back at the academy and taking care of your students and building up relationships that way. I think it's brilliant. I think the game looks good. I think it plays good. I think the music in the game is spectacular, and the voice acting is wonderful. If you like turn-based strategy games and you haven't played Fire Emblem Three Houses yet, I do suggest you do so. And if you aren't a fan of turn-based strategy games, but you like things like Persona, check it out. I think you might be surprised by this one. I recently restarted Breath of the Wild because, you know, I dumped 100+ hours into it when it first came out, and I kind of just got over the game. I didn't get to the Master Quest. I was overwhelmed. It was the only thing I was playing for so many months, and I needed a break from it, and I just recently restarted. And well, yeah, I love this game. This is such a fantastic Zelda game, and I know it's not for everybody, but for me, the game really works. The thing that I love the most about this game is how much it means to my wife. This was the first Zelda game Meredith ever played, and she has dived deep into the series since then and just continues to keep playing them and loving the entire lore of the franchise. That's really important to me, that we have something that we share together, and we wouldn't have that without Breath of the Wild. Oh man, this is the newest game on the list, but this game is amazing! Bravely Default 2 takes everything I loved about the first Bravely Default and Bravely Second on the DS and just cranks it up a notch. The game looks incredible. Like, this takes the best parts of what they were doing with Octopath Traveler and puts it into the Bravely Default universe, and it works. The jobs are great, the combat is fantastic. Now, it is a grindy game. This is a classic JRPG. You are going to be grinding levels up a lot. But it's kind of rewarding, right? Because it's not just, I need to level up, I need to level up. There's also leveling up the different jobs you have and making sure that you're earning skills and gaining abilities that way. It's kind of wonderful. I've only got about 4 hours into the game right now. But the 4 hours I've played, the story has transfixed me and the characters are marvelous. And the voice acting in the game, spectacular. One of the things I really like about this game, it's a small attention to detail. But each character has a slightly different accent. So your main character has an American accent, there's a girl with a Norwegian accent, the black mage that you meet, Elvis, has a Scottish accent, and then there's just a Brit. The game's great. I love it. You know, it strikes me as I'm going through this pile of games that I'm talking about that the Switch has really become an RPG mecca, you know? Like, I'm talking right now about Dragon Quest XI's, and this game is just magnificent. Like, and I know it was out on the PS4 beforehand, but I didn't play it on the PS4. I only picked it up on the Switch. This is the first time I ever had a chance to play it, and the game is just incredible. Like, I hadn't really played a Dragon Quest game since probably Dragon Quest VIII, so I didn't know how the game had evolved or how the series had moved forward, and just the game blew me away. I love the storyline. I love every character in the game, even the annoying ones. Like, you know, there's always characters in RPGs that are annoying, that just get under your skin, that you don't want anything to do with. But even in Dragon Quest XI, those annoying characters I still find endearing and still find them redeeming. If you want a deep RPG experience on the Switch, Dragon Quest XI's will give you that. I've put over 50 hours into the game, and I don't think I'm even halfway through with it yet. I can't wait to see what comes next on it. I love this game. I've always loved Smash Brothers ever since the first time I played it on the N64, but it was never something that really held my attention for a terribly long time. It was fleeting. You know, it was something I would pick up and play for an hour or two here and there, like once every 2 or 3 months. But Super Smash Bros. Ultimate really brought it all together for me. Now, yeah, there's definitely some stuff missing, like I miss target practice and things like that, but I really love this game. Having all of the fighters in one area, all of the music, all of the stages, everything that's in this game is just magnificent. There's definitely improvements I would make. I miss trophies, I miss stickers, you know, stuff like that I thought was kind of cool. But the Spirit Board is essentially that in this game. I really think calling it Ultimate is fitting. It is the perfect Smash Brothers game. And I know that there's some folks who don't like it because of the online component, but I'm a single-player gamer or a couch player, so it doesn't really bother me that the online component doesn't work that great. I love Smash Ultimate. I think it's a wonderful game. As much as I loved the first Yooka-Laylee game, and I did, I want to be honest, I'd say that up front, I loved the first Yooka-Laylee game. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair does everything better. The characterization is better, the level design is better, the gameplay is better. It just fits that Yuka and Laylee work better in a side-scrolling action platformer than they did in a 3D collectathon. It's sad, but it's true. And like I said, I loved the first Yooka-Laylee, but this game just works so much better. I really love the fact that the game is set up where if you want to try to win right from jump, you can do that. You can go right to the last level and try to win. You won't, but you can try. What this game really does is it shows the design muscles that the team at Playtonic has, and they flex it all over the place because the levels in the game are just brilliantly designed. There's different paths you can take, there's hidden areas, there's all kinds of unlockables. I love Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. It's a fantastic game, and if you have not played it and you're looking for a 2D platformer, this is the one for you to get. Much like my love of Breath of the Wild, the reason I love New Super Lucky's Tale so much is this is something that Meredith and I share. This was the first game that we did for He Played, She Played, and it's just something that we share together. I really think that the design elements in New Super Lucky's Tale are incredibly strong. The game is just unbelievably charming, and it plays really, really well. And yeah, you can make the argument that Super Mario Odyssey plays better, and you wouldn't be wrong. I think Super Mario Odyssey is probably a stronger game top to bottom, but the memories I have of playing New Super Lucky's Tale and helping Meredith out when she plays, or her helping out when I play, give me significantly better memories than anything I had from playing Super Mario Odyssey. I just think it's a strong game, and it's something that's underappreciated and underrepresented in today's industry. 3D platformers are pretty much left to what can be done by Nintendo and sometimes by Sony first party with things like Ratchet and Clank. But Playful here made something remarkable. There's not much more I can say about New Super Lucky's Tale than I just love it. It's a wonderful game. The team from WayForward and Nintendo have a long camaraderie dating back years, with Shantae debuting initially on the Game Boy Color, and every Shantae game since then has appeared on a Nintendo platform. So when this one initially appeared on the Apple Arcade, I was kind of surprised, because 7 Sirens seemed like it was tailor-made for the Switch. And of course, I mean, it was. It eventually got here, and it's a fantastic game, and it plays brilliantly. And much like Hades, I don't know how much more I can say about the game beyond I love this. I've already done 2 videos on it. I appeared on John Hancock's channel talking about it. It's just one of my favorite series and one of my favorite games. I think this is probably WayForward's best work. I think it's a strong game. I think it looks great, with bright colors, fantastic music, wonderful voice acting, and great characters throughout. Shantae and the 7 Sirens is the best Metroidvania available on the Switch. Like many, I was transfixed by Untitled Goose Game when it released. Here was this just ridiculous concept for a game where you play as a terrorist goose, and somehow it works. Like, brilliantly? Not kind of works. It just flat out is fun. There's nothing better than terrorizing the townspeople as a goose. Stealing kids' glasses, untying shoes to make people trip, breaking glasses, stealing bells, putting lunch in the pond. Look, when I say it out loud, the game sounds absolutely asinine. And you know what? Honestly, it is. And I don't think the folks from House would be upset that I called it an asinine game. But God, do I love it. You know, Untitled Goose Game is exactly the type of game I think of when I think of the Nintendo Switch. It's almost a must-buy for anyone that owns the system. So yeah, it's no question I love the Switch. It is my favorite console. It is a thing I put most of my gaming on, even now already owning an Xbox Series X. and having a ton of games for my PS4, I just put more time into the Switch. It's so easy to pick up and play, and so easy to pick up and use. After the Wii U, I kind of thought Nintendo was done, but here we are 4 years later with a console that blends their excellence with handhelds and their fantastic approach to console gaming, and we have the ultimate gaming experience with the Switch. Is it as powerful as its competitors? No, it's not. I don't think it cares. All it does is make great games, and it makes great games fun to play. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Switch memory is and what your favorite Switch game is. There's definitely some things missing from my list. Like, I could have put Super Mario Odyssey on here, and there's a few other games as well, digital titles that I love from the eShop, but I really wanted to feature some physical games, but I could not mention Hades, as it is my favorite Switch game. If you enjoyed today's video and you love the Switch as much as I do, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. And if you're new to the channel and have not already done so, please be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything we've got going on. Until next time, guys, I've been Jay. I appreciate you being here. Remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.